I'm Pete Schwartz.
And how long were you charged for?
I was sentenced to 14 years and 2 months for obstruction of official proceeding, and I never set foot in the Capitol building.
Hold it, Pete. Hang on. Obstruction of a federal proceeding was thrown out by the Supreme Court, I believe, as being totally illegitimate to charge you guys with, correct?
Absolutely.
And you got 14 years on something that's completely illegitimate? Is that what I'm hearing?
That's absolutely true. Everything they charged me with was just fabricated charges, and I don't know how they choose who they're going to charge what with, but they absolutely nailed me to the wall. And eventually I did end up getting my case overturned, but because of the politics and the optics that they're trying to present, which means it has nothing to do with justice, it's a legal industry, they held my appeal, and they held it so the oral arguments on my appeal was 1 week after the election. And my case did get reversed and remanded, but they didn't want that kind of information to come out before the election. They didn't want people to know that January 6ers were actually innocent and that they're platforming off of us. So
hold it. The day the Supreme Court overturned, I think it was the Fisher decision, they didn't come to your cell, unlock it, and say you're a free man, since the Supreme Court of the United States said it was totally illegitimate to charge you with that and all the other J6ers?
No, and as a matter of fact, I felt like that should have reversed everything at that point, but that's not even a win for everybody. At that point, they say that you have to then get your appeal in and see if the courts will give you that same win. Even though they said it's illegitimate, they know that you're there, they know you're being held illegitimately, but they're going to pull every trick in the book. Just like when they overturned my appeal, and I had already won it, I didn't get released at that time either. That was 3 days before Trump gave me the pardons, but I didn't get to talk to my lawyers or anything. So I was completely unaware that I had won. I got out when Trump got in, and then days later, I found out that I had actually beat the case, but I would have never known.
Were you in a medium security?
No, they sent me to USPs, which are maximum security penitentiaries.
You were in a United States penitentiary?
2 of them. The worst, the most violent and dangerous prisons in the United States.
Why did you rate that? How many points you have?
I don't remember what it was because they recalculated it several times, but they made sure I was like 7 points over the limit to be in there. But when we were in the D.C. gulag and we had a sheet that figured out your points, the way we calculated my points was I should have been in a camp or a low security.
And you went to a U.S. penitentiary?
Yeah.
Folks, you understand, U.S. penitentiaries are indescribable.
60% of the people in these prisons have at least 1 life sentence.
Unbelievable. And so, hold it. I just want to make sure. If President Trump had not won re-election, where would you be right now, sir?
I would still be in that prison. I am so grateful. And Jesus is my Savior, and Trump is my president.